Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with a story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Telling My Pregnant Wife to Just Hire Help and Missing the Birthday Dinner She and the Kids Planned? Sounds pretty a-hole-ish. I, 37 male, work a high-paying job and make roughly $750K. That takes up a lot of my time. My wife, 31 female, is 7 months pregnant and we have 2 kids, ages 6 and 3. My wife has been telling me she's really tired and stressed. She's taking care of the kids, the house, and handling everything while also pregnant. She also does small things for me, like making sure my clothes are ready for work and managing household stuff. She's asked me to be around more, but I told her we can just hire help like a cleaner or part-time nanny because we can easily afford it. She got upset and said she doesn't want to hire somebody, she just wants me to be home more. Last week was my birthday. My wife and kids planned a small dinner at home. The kids were so excited and even helped bake me a cake. But work ran late and I didn't get home until after 10 p.m. By then, the kids were asleep, the food was cold, and my wife just sat there quietly and said, "They waited for you." I felt bad, but I honestly thought we could just celebrate another time. I'm working hard to give them a good life, and I thought that's what mattered. Now her sister and even my mom are telling me I'm neglecting my family and need to figure things out. Am I the astronaut for telling my wife to hire help and missing the birthday dinner? How old is OP? 30 something, right? 37. 37. Okay. I feel like by 37 you should figure this out, but maybe this isn't like an age thing. Maybe this is just an experience thing. And maybe it is a having kids thing, right? Kids are 6 and 3. Here's the deal. At some point, you realize that success is not this number. He's proud of this number, 750K. Otherwise, he wouldn't have thrown it out. He would have given us a number if he wasn't extremely proud of it, right? Like he works his butt off. He's proud of that. I get it. But the cost of that number is the relationship with your family, with your children. At some point, success becomes not Ferraris and airplane, not this number. It becomes the freedom to pick your kids up at 2 o'clock from school, right? It becomes the freedom to have time to spend with your family. It becomes flexibility. It becomes being able to balance everything. And OP, for whatever reason, is not there yet. Maybe this is the tipping point. Maybe this is the part that creates enough pain to create that change. Maybe. I think everybody gets to that point eventually, and I'm speaking from experience because I used to work, no shit, for about 10 years straight. We would do the day gig, we'd come home and have our family time, and this was my justification to myself. I'm like, okay, I'm balancing because I'm not sacrificing anything but sleep. We'd work the day gig, we'd come home, have family time at 10 p.m. Once everybody went to bed, I would go back to work and work until like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I did this almost every night, at least during the week, for 10 years. And then at some point, it clicked and I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Now, like what I did then allowed us to have the flexibility that we have now to be able to pick up kids and have the freedom that we have. So there is that grind portion of things where you have to do your nickel, right? There is that portion of things where you have to do that on the upfront, but it's not sustainable. And that's the thing I really need OP to understand here. It is not sustainable. And it also shouldn't be your goal. Your goal should be to have the flexibility and the freedom to have more quality time. Right now, your goal is to flood the bank account with money so that they can have nice things and provide for them. I'm telling you right now, your wife and your kids would trade all of that money in the account for a day with you. So who are you really working for? Are you working for you? Are you working for your pride? Or are you truly working for your family? A lot of people, I think, take this approach because they don't know how to have quality time. They don't know how to be present and how to be active and how to be integrated. So they're like, I do know how to work my ass off. And they work their ass off and they make money and they're like, I checked that box. I'm a good dad. I'm doing good. It's way more complicated than that, unfortunately. And fortunately, it's just more complicated. Let's go ahead and get Candy Thunder up here and get her thoughts on this. The one, the only, Tater Thunder for Tater Thoughts. I need the red lamp on. Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder.
I do think that I was wrong. I don't think he's an ASCON 1. I don't think he is a terrible human. But I think there's the possibility for him to be more intentional with his family time. In my personal opinion, I would give up money in order to have my quality family time because that's what means something to me. Dusty feels like he has to work very hard in order to provide for our family. And in the beginning of our relationship, that was really hard for my like need for family time and closeness, and like what his wife is after, and his need to feel like he was providing in the way that he felt he needed to. And so for those two things, like it took 3 to 5 years to compromise and marry those two things together to come to a place where we both felt happy with what we were doing. I had to compromise and learn why he felt the need to work so much and why he felt the need to do all of these things. And so I think just talking this out and saying, like, I know what his wife is wanting. And yeah, if you missed your birthday dinner and didn't come home and like there was no phone call, there was no understanding, like that would suck. That's hurtful. Like that's not something that should happen. But maybe if he was willing to give her 1 to 2 weeknights where he did come home and he was present with the family, and then if he felt the need to go back to work, he could go back to work. But just giving them something, and then her acquiescing too and saying, hey, I know that this is what you need and this is what you feel like you need to do for our family. So I've come to this understanding. So if there was somewhere that they could meet in the middle, I think that would be beneficial for their family. But I get it. She's lonely. She's a stay-at-home mom. She has 2 kids. She's got one on the way. She's very pregnant. Like, I get where she's at and I understand. But I think there's also like the time is so short. Like your kids are only little for so long, and it's like anything can happen on any given day. And my regret would never be that I didn't work enough. My regret would be that I wasn't present enough for my family, or I didn't give my family the heart and soul that they needed from me.
You're never going to regret.
So
You're never going to regret not working enough.
Yeah. I feel like there's a compromise to be made here between the both of them to do what's best for the family. If they're comfortable with the level that they live at, with this, a lot of money being made every year, then maybe she doesn't want him to work that much less. I don't know what that looks like for them. I wouldn't want the money. I would want my family.
They need to have a conversation about this though, and figure out together what the goal is.
Right.
Because right now it seems like they have 2 different goals.
I agree.
And I don't think you can do life as a team. And they really need to start doing life as a team.
Right.
I mean, this is their 3rd kid on the way here. They're already at a point of extreme frustration. He feels like he's doing the right thing, and she feels like he's doing the wrong thing. So they need to identify this together and figure out where the balance is. What is the goal? Like, is this his goal forever? He's just going to keep working and stockpiling, or at some point does he plan on pivoting? Like, what is the plan?
Right.
And we had to have that conversation, and it was life-changing for us. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that I am a much better dad now than I was when I was working my dick off. Not that we don't work hard now. We work damn hard now, but we do it in a smart way.
I think it's just finding that happy medium to where you can feel like you can provide, but also be present to know that the relationships with your kids that you form now are going to impact the relationships that you have later in life when you're retired.
Yep.
And I wouldn't want to damage that when they're young. I want those relationships later in life, so I'm going to put in the effort now in my family. But
here's something that early on in my journey with therapy, my therapist told me, and it really hit me square in the face.
Right.
Because the whole overworking and feeling like I have to work, like I have to provide, and missing out thing translates to, this is also what you're teaching your kids they should do when they have a family.
That's true.
Just work and not be present. And I'm like, oof.
That's true. That is something that put it into perspective for you.
It's tough. It is tough. So we do need to make a scale determination here. I think the whole birthday thing and leaving the kids hanging there, knowing that they were waiting, I think still makes him an ASCON 1. And I think he's stuck. He is sucked into this whole mentality of the pride of that number and keeping that thing going, like, because he's proud of it, probably for himself more so than for as a provider role, right? I do think he's an ASCON 1 for that. He's got to turn it around. Not saying she doesn't suck. These worldviews need to come together so you can start doing life together. You already decided to do life together when you got married and you started having kids. Now it's time to actually start doing life together, right? So there's that. And you think you would put him at a what, Candy?
Between 2 and 3.
Between 2 and 3 for her. So we'll go 2.5. 2.5 on the sphincter scale here.